How are we, everyone? We good? Back on with the Lotus. Got to change these spark plugs out. Put some freshies in there. Get that for detailing, that's nice, isn't it? Lovely little bolt. Same as my studs as well for the top. All match. Hope you're well, hope you're good. I've broke some more snap-on stuff. Jode is not around at the minute, so I've had to give him a shout. Let him know that we need some bits and bobs. Obviously they're hiding away from this corona thing as well. Hope you're keeping safe. YouTube is keeping me entertained. There's never enough stuff to watch. Hey. Trim tool. Had a friend of my wife's her Ford KA in this morning. Needed some brakes doing. One of the calipers was seized. I did the service on it a little while ago, and today we did the caliper and the discs and the pads. Gotta love a bit of candy. Right, get these sparkies out. These are Manicold leads. These are if I remember 8.5mm, a lot thicker than normal competition leads. They're very good. The standard ones are known for breaking up. Ugh. But they made them super fast for me as well, which was really cool. Right, what we looking like in there? Let's have a little look. Way down there's the spark plugs. Let's get them out, get some changed. Yes, we will be torquing these up. I don't like anyone that does spark plugs off the bat, just asking for trouble. I like the snap-on input we've had as well. That's been quite nice. I like my comment this morning from an American guy. It was like the politest way. I feel your pain, because with things like social media and YouTube, you can never really tell someone's emotion. But I guess by your question, please don't take this the wrong way. You weren't trying to piss me off, and I didn't take it as that. It was just a question, but it can be taken so sort of wrong sometimes. But yes, no, I appreciate the input. It's always good to have a bit of a chat as well, talk. I haven't posted much over the weekend. I've just been lazy, for want of a better word. Sunday I was quite ill, like proper, not like Wuhan shits, but I was like, I had dinner on Sunday. A bad little burn. Smells nice. Doesn't smell too fuely. Yeah, Sunday I had dinner. That was it. I got on the sofa. I fell asleep. I was out like a light. Now, I don't usually sleep. I'm quite a vampire. I only have a few hours sleep a night. But Yeah, I slept literally from afternoon straight through to my evening meal and promptly fell asleep again, which is like, you know, if you know me, that's really unheard of. I don't do sleep. But yeah, Sunday I was rotten. Felt quite poorly. But we're all right now. We're good. So a little tip for spark plugs in case you ever do them. Go finger tight. Don't recommend gunning them up. These heads are aluminium. The last thing you want to do is shock the head or rip the threads out. If you do things by hand, you'll always know when things are about to give or round, or if something's not quite right, you'll feel it in your fingers. Whereas if you just whack it on a gun and buzz it up, it will go wrong, will go wrong. So yeah, back on with this. Roos Motorsport, they've been in touch. Spoke to, I think his name's Paul Roos. I'm guessing by the name it's his business. But I kind of chased him up about the hose, the wrong length. And he basically said, send us it back, tell us what size and length you want, and we'll make you one. So, happy days. It's a good company. So that should be done, so I'll get that sent off as soon as possible. So we'll get this bit done. Going to put a clutch on it. We are going to do, then I've got to take the loom off of it, so all of this stuff's got to come back off, and I'm basically going to open everything up. I want to go through all the wiring and just like check it end to end, make sure everything's okay. Right, let's get this up to 20, where's 21? That's 20.51, so that would be 21 Newton meters. Start with this one. Now the crush washer on this is always funny because it still makes me worry that you're going too much, especially with an aluminium head. There we go. There we go. I like to do it twice just to make sure. So it's 21 Newton meters. Spark plugs don't need to be 500 Newton meters. Nice and creep up on it, nice and slow. Again, do not gun these up. We can do if you want, you'll regret it. Obviously try and support this into your block. The last thing you want to do is snap off the china on the top of the spark plug. Lovely. So that's our first set done. Get our leads back in. Come on, here you go. Number 3. Number 4. Make sure we sit the right way around. 1. 2. Quite funny, they've got to kind of sit down into a little seat and then you'll feel them pop on when they're in the right place. Like that one doesn't look like it's in, but it really is. That's it, popped in. digging. Auxiliary belt tensioner. Somebody asked me once if I'd do a video on the Lotus, and I can do. We do that, not a problem. I will do, when I've got it all back together, I will do a beauty shots and a drive, so you know all about it. What it's like to own one. It's not as bad as they say. What you tend to find is you end up with one that's bad because the person before you didn't know how to look after it or couldn't afford to look after it. So you end up with their laziness, their damage. Get rid of this white coolant mark. Give that a scrub in the parts washer. Right, let's have a little look here what we got. Any oil marks. So that's our water pump. At some point it did pee out some water down the block. Checking for oils and stuff like that, see if we've got anything failing, but in actual fact this is kind of like my one bugbear. So this is power steering, this is the high pressure line, and then the sorry, no it's not, that's the low pressure return, that's the high pressure line. And it's in such a fashion that when you put on all these covers and stuff, the auxiliary belt obviously runs around this side, and these two actually sit like they go out the back of the engine this side. And it's a real twat to get to because the hoses obviously are covered by belts and covers, and this one you can do it inside the car. I have done it a few times, but I tell you what, it's a pain in the ass. So what I am going to do this time is I'm going to take the hoses off the car and I'm going to put them on here first and then run all the lines in when I take the engine in, give it like a lift in one. Because I say, to get these on and get them tight, the last thing you want is, you know, oil merrily dripping on your belt. But even in like the normal places where they're known for leaking in here, look, he's all good. That's your crank position sensor, obviously alternator or turbocharger if you listen to Honda boys.
What the heck is that?
So intermediate shaft bearing, crank pulley, obviously the chain in between, belt, cool design. And then this time we're having the aircon pump put back on, so we'll see how this does. But other than that, it's all good. Nothing to report. All looks nice and normal. Nothing that I didn't expect to see. These are this hose is from undoing these and water running down the block. So it's not like weeping or leaking or anything, it's just where I've undone it. And it's dried. But yeah, the front plate is all good, all stainless bolts, look. That's what you call OCD. Even had to have them with all the same logo and emblem on. This little V. But yes, dead cool. Get to it. Love the fact that when everyone comes past my shop, they've all either got to do one or two things. They rev the fuck out their engines in a kind of in a showing off or kind of do I approve fashion, or they'll slow down and they'll see like the tailgate lights of the cars that are in here, and everyone slows down to have a little peek in. Always makes me laugh. I usually just stand there really brazen and stare at them back like I'm some kind of hooker in Amsterdam on for sale.
Ooh, yes, I did.
Oh my
No!
I probably am. Grubby engine, a bit dusty.